Hi, welcome to my shop. This is where I like to spend my free time, and I come out here and I do woodworking projects and build stuff and just create and think. And I started realizing, you know what? I like my wooden doors, made these myself, and this is a good place to shoot videos, and it's easy. Got good light out here and all that stuff. So anyway, hey, welcome to our new series, and it's called Work It Out, Understanding Grace. And I don't know about you, but I grew up hearing this phrase, work out your salvation with fear and trembling. And I don't know how that impacted you, but for me, those were usually pretty negative words. It's like, try harder, do better. And I think when you get into that text and understand what Philippians chapter 2 is really saying, it's going to blow your mind. I had fun preaching this. This was a true revelation for me, and I believe it's going to be a revelation for you as you get into this scripture with me. So I've broken this down into 5 sections. It's all the same message, and it's not all the same message, but 5 sections of one great message. So did that to make it easy for you. Let me know if you like that, or if you'd rather I did it both ways. I could put it up in one big whole one and also break it into parts. I'd love to get your feedback on that. Hope you enjoy this message.
I want to introduce him, though. He's been an overseer of this church since the very beginning, and we have leaned on him. His company puts out the books, the testimony books that we have. There is Hope and Rescue and all of those books. They're the writers and producer and publisher of those books. We're so thankful. And he's not just an overseer, but he's a friend of the people in this church. He's a personal friend of mine. I lean on him probably way more than he likes, but that's what you get for being an overseer. So yeah, if you guys would just give me a hand in welcoming our friend Daren this morning.
Good morning. Right on. Pax Domini Christo. A little Latin for you. Feeling a little more traditional today? You might want a little Latin in your morning. That means may the peace of Christ reign. It is so fun to be here this morning. Man, this place is jammed out. You guys are a bunch of like true Norse people. I mean, you put on your skis and you go for a ski and you get to the church, and that's really cool. And by the way, when Brad says sauna, not sauna, it's because his hair really is that blonde. I mean, it hadn't dyed. That's legit Finnish hair. And so he has every right in the world to say it like a Finn would. So, which I think that's cool. You know, I've got a bit of Viking in me, so, you know. So, but anyway, it is so great to be here this morning, and I am enjoying the passion of Jesus that I feel in this place. It's just so invigorating, and I can see why you guys are jammed out in here this morning. So, super, super fun. I am excited about the word that I have this morning. I really believe it's a Jesus thing, and Pastor Brad was sharing with me that we'd be in Philippians chapter 2, so I got my Bible out and started praying and reading. Man, I started seeing some cool stuff. And so we're going to have some fun here in Philippians chapter 2. And I had a friend who he's a real good friend of mine. We do lots of craft type things together. And so I was talking to this friend of mine, and we go back and forth on Marco Polo. Do you know what Marco Polo is, any of you? It's really cool. So we're craft guys, if you look on my Facebook page, I just posted a picture of the coffee table I made for my daughter. It's this big, beautiful live edge slab of a big leaf maple, and it has all these voids in it, and I got ground turquoise stone. It was ground down to like a powdered sugar consistency, and then I mixed that in with epoxy and filled in all the voids in it, and it came out pretty stinking awesome, just saying. But anyway, this friend of mine, he asked me to share with him a message about grace. I do video messages online, and he says, Daren, I got a request for you, and that is I want you to do a message about grace. And so I thought, yeah, that sounds like fun, because that's like, how this whole thing works is by grace. In fact, the scripture says, for it is by grace that you're saved through faith. Grace is that mysterious engine of Christianity. It's that thing that actually makes it work. It's the secret element. And sadly, the word has been corrupted, and to where we actually say things like, now, shall we say grace over this meal? Which is like, that that sentence makes no sense whatsoever from a true theological perspective. It makes absolutely zero sense. But all kinds of words get co-opted in Christianity, and their true understanding is lost. For example, the word faith. In our culture today, the word faith doesn't mean faith, it means religion. It's a synonym for the word religion. What's your faith? Well, my faith is Christianity, my faith is Islam, my faith is Mormonism, or whatever my faith is what they think it is. That has nothing to do with the word faith. The word faith doesn't mean your religion. The word faith is this thing that we do, okay? It is a thing, a noun that we do, and the verb form of the word faith is believe. So I believe, and when I am expressing faith, I'm expressing a thing called faith by believing. That's what that word means. So we're believing, we're trusting. I was visiting with a friend here this week, and a really cool guy, and he's saying, Daren, how do you distinguish between all the different religions in the world? I mean, there's so many of them out there, and a lot of people make some tall claims about all these different religions. And I said, well, you know what, bro? At some point, you take the leap of faith. You do. And I'm never into proving Christianity. And here's why. Because it's a relationship. Christianity isn't about proof. It's about relationship. Do you want to know the greatest way to hinder a relationship? Come up to somebody that you think is your friend and say, I just want you to prove that you're my friend. You're going to hurt your relationship pretty dang fast. Isn't that right? So really, in relationship is always about faith. It's always about perceiving and believing that this person is on your side, that they're your friend, that they care for you. And when you believe that somebody is on your side, then all of a sudden you have this thing called relationship. Because relationship occurs when two people believe in each other. Does that make sense? When two people are believing in each other, then you have this thing called relationship or friendship. Isn't that true? So that's what love relationship is made out of. So that's why Jesus, very first, right out of the gate, he comes up to us, he says, hey, you guys, the work of God is to believe. This is the one thing we do as Christians, is we believe in Jesus. We come to him and we trust him. And we believe that he's for us and that he's not against us, that he's on our side, that he's come to give us life, and that more abundantly. That's what Jesus has come to do. So we're constantly doing this thing called believing. Well, the beautiful thing about Christianity is Jesus is never going to eliminate the need to believe, but he will always give you a reason to believe. Okay, I'm going to say that one more time. He's never going to eliminate the need to believe. A lot of us Christians, especially the ones of us who really like miracles, of whom I am one, we like miracles sometimes for not the best reason. Because that's our trump card, man. We get a miracle, bam, we throw it down on the table and we say, that's a miracle. I forgot, that's supposed to be figurative, not literal. Sometimes when I'm up here doing this kind of thing, I get a little bit literal. So, sorry, Brad. If it needs repair, just let me know. I'm happy to cover that cost. So we want to have, sorry, I'm really having fun when I do this. And so sometimes I have too much fun. And that's kind of wrong in a way. But so we want to have that trump card of the miracle. That way we can say we got proof. But Jesus really isn't into us having proof. If he wanted us to have proof, he'd hand it to us. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's kind of done a pretty good job. If you've ever been to Yosemite, you could get pretty close to saying God proved it, right? Because the creation does declare the glory of God, right? You just need a beautiful sunrise, and all you have to say, well, that's pretty close to proof, you know? But it's amazing how it doesn't work as proof for the average person. And so Christianity isn't about proof. It's about faith. It's about expressing faith. It's about believing in Jesus because it's about relationship. So I want to take a look at this Philippians chapter 2 passage, because here in this Philippians chapter 2, we see the demonstration of grace in a powerful way in Jesus' life, and then we see how that grace works in our life.
I hope that was a blessing to you, and don't forget to tune into part 2. It's right here on YouTube, and feel free to check that out right now. Please make sure you like and subscribe if you want to hear more of these messages. It kind of gives me a feedback as to whether I'm being helpful or not. Also, if you have any comments or questions or suggestions, I'd love to get a message from you. So please don't hesitate to write me. Lord bless you. Have a fantastic day.